Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video we are going to create save screen and loading system, so we will keep it very simple, and later on we can actually add some advanced system as well. So here I will just select this panel, the first one, and I will do one more thing here, is that if we are in time trial we should not see this opponent section, so we can actually go to options, and inside the options you can see this forward opponent and back opponent button, and we will just place this opponent buttons inside this opponent text. So if we hide this text, it will be hidden as well. Okay, and that's great. And for the second options we'll do the same, so I will just move, and what we'll do here is that we will just by default the opponent will be inactive in the beginning, and then we will also inactivate this track 1 option, and here we will just enable this second panel, and inside the options we will select the forward and back opponent, and we'll just add it here, and we will hide it as well. So now we don't have opponents here, and what we want is actually we want one more panel over here. So inside the main canvas we will just go to canvas, and we will just create a panel, and actually okay, what I will do, I will just duplicate this same panel. Let's rename it to loading panel, and I'll hide this one. And for this loading panel we need a background, we need logo image, we don't need stat, we don't need car selection menu, we don't need ultra track and panel options, everything we don't need. We only need this background, this logo, and a loading text here. So we'll just right click here, and we'll just go to UI legacy text, and we'll just name it loading text like this, and here we'll just say loading like this, and for this text we'll just go to 2 times, make it in the middle, overflow, and make its color white, and size will be 72, so it will be quite big, so that's nice, and actually a little bit more bigger, so that's good. And now what we want is we want a little animation on this text, so we can go to animation, we'll just select the text, create animations, select loading text animation, and we'll just record the animation. We'll just go to this, and we'll just fade it out, and on the on 1 second we will just select the text, and let's make it visible. Okay, and then we'll just go to 2 seconds. Let's make the text visible again. Actually, let's make it okay, visible, no problem, and then we'll just go to 3 seconds, and we'll just inactive the text. So now we have a nice transition like this, and it will loop. If we want to loop it, it will be looped. So now we will save it, and now we have a loading panel. So if we activate this panel, even then we have this loading panel on the top, so initially I will just hide this loading panel, and sorry, this floating test will be the part of loading panel. Now we have a loading screen, and what will we already have added these two game objects in the options panel, game object load screen and opponents panel on. So for the opponent panel, we will just enable this panel in the time trial when the time trial is true, and we will just mode back when the time trial will be false, then we will deactivate it. So here we will say false, so that's fine. And now for the loading screen, what we will do, we will just go here in the begin race, and we will just delete this line of code which is racetrack scene number, and the racetrack and time trial scene number. We will delete these two options here, and we will actually add these I enumerator for waiting for some seconds. So let's wait for 3 seconds maybe here, and 3 seconds for this. And now we will add the load screen set active true, and universal save lap count equal to current lap count. This line is not necessary, but we are adding this. For example, if some player will not select anything, then even it will work absolutely fine. So that's why we are adding this line of code, and then we will just say scene manager load scene time trial scene number, and we will do same for this I enumerator wait to load to, and here we are enabling actually racetrack scene number. So save it. Let's move back to Unity, and now what we will do, we will just go to these panels because we have added the script on both panels. So we will select this, and here you can see load screen. So load panel will be here, and for the other we will also add load panel, and then opponent panel on. So for the second one, we will just add this option, this opponent here, and then for this first one, we will select the first one, and this opponent will be here. So now if you play the game, hopefully everything will work absolutely fine. So let's test it out. So here you can see that you can select the track, and by default you can see we don't have any opponent. If we click here race, then we have these opponents. That's great. If we select time trial, the opponent will go on, and like this. And if we click on start, yeah, loading screen actually should be enabled instantly. So we'll just say 0.1, okay, and 0.1. So instantly we want to show the loading screen, and it depends that if your level will be very big, then it will take. So now we will just click on track, and we can select race track and time trial, and then laps, and then if you click on start, you can see the loading screen, but because our scene loads instantly, so that's why we can't see loading screen 2 for more time. So if loading level will be bigger, the load time will be bigger, no problem. So track 2 laps, and now again the loading time was very low. So now you can see that everything is working nicely, and we have successfully added loading screen as well, and in next video we'll move further.